right, I have it at 6 o'clock on my computer. Welcome to the Decatur County Commissioners meeting on January 5th, 2026. Hope everyone had a good holiday. There are Title VI forms in the back corner by the door if anyone would like to fill those out and return them to the auditor's office. If you could all please stand, and Mike Snyder, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if you can remain standing and join Greg Red from First Baptist Church in prayer.
Let us pray. Our gracious and merciful Father, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for those who have come to attend this meeting. And Lord, we are grateful for the men that those of this beautiful county have put in position to lead our county. And Lord, we ask that you guide their decisions, that you direct them in a way that is pleasing to you. Lord, even though we may have conflict in certain things, let us become unified in one goal, continuing to make this county a great county. Lord, I ask these things in your Son's name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
All right, we will start first with the review of the December 15th meeting minutes. You guys have any corrections or additions?
I did not see anything out of order.
I didn't either. I'd make a motion to approve.
We have a motion. I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Motion carries. Minutes from December 15th are approved. Moving on to claims.
I reviewed claims. I didn't see anything.
Same with me. I make a motion to approve the claims.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to payroll. First, we have payroll for December 19th, 2025 in the amount of $417,533.33. And then we also have payroll for January 2nd, 2026 and the amount of $430,926.42. Do you guys have any questions about payroll?
No, I noticed one was a little bit high with some PTO payouts with some people that retired and
Yep.
another event. So, but yeah, I didn't have any questions.
All right. I'd make a motion that we approve payroll for December 19th, 2025 and January 2nd, 2026.
So moved.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Motion carries. All right, first up, Todd Houck with the Highway Department.
Well, good evening, gentlemen. Good evening.
And while Todd is walking up there, just a reminder for everybody presenting tonight, if you can just proceed up to the microphone to make sure that everybody that's watching at home can actually hear what's being said during the meeting.
Well, since we last met, Highway Department continued to do the maintenance items, patching, bush hogging, grading roads, bridge repair, sign maintenance, kind of all the different factors that we have to maintain. We had a snow event since the last meeting. Required a little bit of overtime from the guys. Always happens on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have the cheer fund distribution at the Highway Department. I will mention that was a great event, something nice to see. I have been in contact with FEMA. I have signed or submitted the Cat C, which is in the amount of $112,000. I have also submitted the Cat Z, which is about $2,912. So altogether in the FEMA reimbursement is close to about $150,000. Quarterly reports got submitted today for October through December 2025. Bridge 167 in Westport is now open to local traffic. Other than that, that's all I have to bring to you tonight. You guys have anything for me?
Bridge 167, I think the approaches were laid down with cold patch.
Yes,
All right. Do you know, is there intentions to come back and do?
in the
repair
spring.
that? So it's just because of the weather?
Yeah.
I know it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
So not bad for a speed bump right now, but I just want to make sure we were going to address it.
Yeah, we'll address that in the spring.
Okay.
Have you replenished supplies as far as salt and sand from this last snow event
We're
for
good.
future?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
good.
Did we receive new, or are we still just using what we'd already
The last
had?
time I had sand, I ordered what we had left on the contract and my 20% over. So we had ordered 280 ton of salt. That all came in. I think we've had probably 300 ton of sand that's been delivered, but right now everything's full. We're ready for the next event.
Okay.
The only thing I need to add to that would be more sand.
And then I know it's been a couple of months since we'd talked about it. Back in September and then early October, we'd first discussed the culvert down in New Point, getting a breakdown of the cost and the price.
We're still doing some survey work and sizing on that pipe.
Okay. When can we expect to get those figures?
I'll get with Tim when I get back in the morning and try to give you an update on that.
Okay. Anything from either of you?
I don't have anything additional.
All right. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.
Moving on to the sheriff, Sheriff Bill Myros.
Good evening.
Sheriff, you may want to actually rotate that a little bit. I think it's very directional. There you go.
There you
Yeah.
go. Thank you.
You're all
Perfect.
set there, yeah.
Yes.
Community Action Coalition. I want to apologize up front. I ran into deadlines. That was nobody's fault but my own. Did not get this in front of you before the deadline came due. So I went ahead and applied and I'm asking for your forgiveness and grace to push forward with it. So what I did ask for in the grant was $5,364.52. It was broken down into three different categories, if you will. 100 moral recognition training workbooks, MRT books, 100 self-management and recovery training books. Again, these are classes we hold in the facility for our inmates, try to help them in their recovery. So those two costs, and then also for 1,500 postage for our blood kits that we mail to the state police lab. Costs $10.70 now to send each blood kit. It gets a little costly postage wise. And we send about approximately 2 a week, 100 a year. So again, I'm asking for forgiveness for not getting it in front of you sooner. I'm asking you to approval to go ahead and move forward with this.
So just to recap, there's no responsibility from our side. It was a grant for the whole amount.
Strictly free money.
That's fine. I appreciate you going after the grants.
Yeah. Again, I apologize.
That's,
We like free money.
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve the Community Action Coalition grants.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
As far as, oh, go ahead.
No, you said.
As far as all of the accidents and everything that had occurred back during the last snow event, your deputies were okay that had been struck by another vehicle?
Yeah, there's no injuries involved, thank goodness. $6,000 damage to one car of ours that was hit. Again, while he's sitting on the side of the interstate, his red boots flashing, he was waiting on the record. He got hit.
Okay.
So nobody's fault because it took well.
Updates on the other vehicles that were
Uh,
short or still working on getting.
Again, we should be receiving 2 Waltermans any day now.
Was the vehicle that was involved in the crash on the interstate, was that one of our lease vehicles, or was that one of the vehicles that was still,
It wasn't leaks me.
okay? And so working through that process with Enterprise, how's that been?
It's been no issue.
Okay.
They've been very, very good to work with.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think Bill. had
Yeah, I've got one more
something
item, if I may.
Yep.
I sent you all an email 3 weeks ago about the building at the old jail site. possibly moving that to our current facility. Again, I got a very, very, very preliminary cost, maybe $18,000 to move that building. We are in desperate need of storage. It'd be a good fit for us. Guess I just want to gauge your interest, whether you're going to pursue this further or not.
Did that 18,000 include the cement pad as well?
Does include cement pad, it does not include getting electric and gas.
Okay, which is imperative?
Well,
You need it heated?
Yeah.
Do, okay.
So again, I'm just trying to gauge your interest, whether I should proceed with this or not.
It's a 40 by 20?
40 by 20, I believe, yes. And again, I would propose putting it on the south side of the building. Now granted, that's where the expansion in the future is paid for, but I don't foresee that happening for 10, maybe 15 years.
Because our current capacity is.
We were at 108 this morning, and our capacity is 242.
Well, I think it sounds reasonable, the cost of it. You don't, I mean, you had the money in your budget to do it,
We can find money.
yeah.
And I did talk to the mayor, I had one brief conversation with the mayor about it, and he said that people are willing just to give us a building. No cost in the building itself. We just gotta pay for the cost of doing it.
For the pad and the size of that building, that sounds reasonable.
And again, I understand I'll get at least two more quotes, to make it work.
Any idea what, getting electric and,
I do not have those numbers. no.
okay. All right. Preliminarily, I feel like it might be a good idea.
Yep.
It's good to pursue it.
Yep. It's worth taking a look at, taking a deeper dive and getting more numbers, Bill.
I'll start doing that, yeah. Thank you.
Yep, Bill. All right, up next, Mike Snyder with EMA.
Good evening.
Hi, Mike.
Oh, so I want to talk to you tonight about a preventive maintenance contract for our tornado sirens here in the county. I did get a total of 4 different quotes. The highest quote come in at $34,000, and the one I'd like to go with come at $4,100. So
Quite a difference.
it is. There are 2 sirens currently that are not functioning. And the current company that we have been using, they gave an estimate of what it would look like to potentially fix that. Looks like one is a driver issue and the other one is potentially batteries. If those are the case, what this company I'd like to go with, Carolina, they really come in neck and neck on those repair costs for doing the repairs. Other than that, compared to all of the quotes, they all pretty much check and examine and evaluate all of the same items. I know Carolina is not in the immediate area. They are out of northern Kentucky, but one of my other quotes was also from that area as well. But from what we are seeing, the ones that are more localized, they come in at $20,000 and $34,000.
You and I had this discussion, and I think the cost savings is definitely worth. Northern Kentucky's only an hour and 20 minutes away. It's not that far. I mean, it'll take you an hour and 20 minutes to get from northern Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So I don't see an issue with that as far as distance-wise. And they do work on our sirens, our brand of sirens, and that's their forte.
Their forte is actually federal, which we have Wayland's, but they are able to work with Wayland's and have
Okay.
worked with Wayland's.
So they have worked with Wayland's as well, okay. So I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. Your Carolina company, I think, is the best bet for us.
Yes, and if they happen to be actually in the Illinois area training currently, so if you decide to move with that this evening, then on their way back through, they'll stop here and run the first iteration of that, examining all that stuff. They also, something that they offer that the others do not, is the online, I guess, examination of the system and assessing things from what the computer reads. I was a preliminary check on things. That's one of the things that they'll do pretty much. So that's also additional benefit with that group.
If you feel comfortable with them, I would make a motion to go with Carolina for our tornado siren maintenance.
I think from what I've seen from the other bids, I'm in that same position. Gabe, do you have any questions or anything before I make a second?
No.
Okay, I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. I had 2 copies. One was from Patty and the other one was from Chad.
Do you have anything else for me?
I don't.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Just real quick, just to thank you with all the updates, the snow event we had, fantastic job. Thank you for keeping us abreast of all that. You're doing a good job.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
was great. Doug Westerfeld, APC.
Good evening.
Hi, Doug.
Wanted to give an update on the process of the comp plan. The comp plan, we have begun the process that consists of 4 phases. We've completed the first phase, which was getting a steering committee put together, having a meeting with the steering committee. HWC is the engineering firm that's handling our comp plan, and they did some data collection and demographic profile. So we're through that phase. So the second phase, which is an important phase as far as the public is concerned, is we will have public workshops next week, as well as focus groups next week. The public workshops will be on Thursday at noon and at 6.
What's that date?
And that is Thursday, January the 15th.
Okay, thank you.
So those are opportunities for the community to come in and voice where they foresee the direction of Decatur County. And we'll get some more information out as far as, I'll get it from HWC and then we'll put it out as far as from a social media standpoint. And then the focus groups, which those people have been contacted today concerning those meetings, those will be on Wednesday. The focus groups consists of, it could be a group that are in like the housing world, whether it's bankers or realtors, in the agricultural world. Those whole types of focus groups is who will be meeting on Wednesday. And then, so those are the 2, out of the 4 phases, those are the 2 shortest phases. And the longest phase is the third phase, which basically begins at the end of January and runs all the way to the middle of the summer. And that's where a lot of the data information is collected. And we kind of put all the information together, have continuous meetings with the steering committee, have our open house, which will probably be around the summertime, called the Big Ideas Open House. And then the 4th phase is towards the end of the year, and that's when we'll finalize the plan. So I just wanted to give an update of where we're at right now.
So on January 15th, the public workshop meetings are at noon, and what was the other time?
6 o'clock, 6 p.m., and they will be at the EMA training
There you go.
room at the county annex.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
And those are open to the public, obviously, by public workshop, and we would encourage anybody to come out and give any ideas about what they believe should be included or modified in the comprehensive plan, because that information will go directly to the steering committee and to HWC to be able to actually formulate what this comp plan is going forward in the future to dictate development in Decatur County.
The focus groups are more invitation, right?
They are
You're
invitation,
inviting those
yes.
specific groups,
Yeah.
okay, all right, thank you.
And then we still had one, I'll just skip down to it, just as far as board appointments for the APC, Doug.
Yes.
We'd supplied you with a couple of names of individuals that were potentially interested in filling the vacancy on the APC. My understanding is that you had discussions or meetings with both of those individuals.
Yeah, I had discussions with both of them, and then I met, the one that I was kind of leaning towards, I met with them personally, and I would recommend Fred Harvey to be the next appointment to the area planning commission board. Had a really good conversation, and he provides a lot to the board. He's retired, but he's got a very impressive portfolio of what he's done. Grew up in Decatur County, grew up on, agriculture. Mom was a teacher. She was a kindergarten teacher when I was in school.
His dad built the fire station.
Yeah, his dad was in construction, and then
Yep.
he himself got into construction and other parts of the construction world, and so he'll be a huge asset, not only for the area plan, but I think he could be a really good asset for the county.
Make a motion to approve Clay Target to the APC.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, motion carries. Target.
Two Ts.
Anything else, gentlemen? We can wait on Cersei. Yeah. Anything else? All right.
All right.
Thank you, Doug. All right, up next, we have the SRI tax certificate sale. I know that we'd had some discussions last time, and we wanted an opportunity to kind of look over some of the documentation somewhere around here. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Very good. It's not in one of my labeled folders, so it disappears. I know we had Chad, one of the reasons for redocketing this onto tonight's meeting was we wanted Chad to go ahead and go over the contract. You guys have any other questions or anything?
I do not. I think it's a good way to get these properties back on the tax rolls.
Yeah. Okay, I would entertain a motion then to approve the contract with SRI.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract with SRI.
I will second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Glad you did that, Gabe.
I'll also vote in favor. That the motion carries. The 5th day of January. Yes, sir.
You guys separately adopt the resolution on top.
Okay. Resolution number 2025, or should it be 26? Since we 26. Is this our very first one?
It is.
Wow. All right. And so then passing a resolution here, then I would make the motion to pass the resolution for the SRI contract.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, motion carries.
Commissioners, I have one additional, we need to set a minimum bid price as part of the number, so we'll have, sorry, I have to walk around.
What's your recommendation, Chad?
Honestly, Brian, it can go all over the board. I have some counties that do it several $100s, some counties do it as low as $50. In this case, many of these properties have been on the rolls for a long time, so my recommendation personally would be go low. Because this is the fire sale, this is the clearance rack, if you will, of the tax sale properties, and so the goal is not to make money here, it's just to get them back on the tax rolls and have them being productive parcels for the county again. So, like I say, I met with the county earlier today, they went to $50. So it can go whatever number that you guys deem fit. Anything in there. Many of these properties, there's thousands and thousands of dollars that are owed on them because they've been in the tax sale for several years. So they have a lot of fees, penalties, and things that are added on to that. But the actual taxes of them are pretty minimal. The annual taxes of them, the partials are fairly small. So I would say if you force me for an average across the state, it's probably in that $200-$400 range. But it's really, there's a lot of leeway in the statute as to where the number gets set.
Primary goal is to get them back on the tax roll. I don't have an issue with going $200 or lower.
The only other one that I remember having was set at 100.
The only requirement is by statute, you have to price them less than what they were offered for at the tax sale. So if you set it at 200 and there was one that was $197, then we would have to drop it to 196.
I'd say let's go $100.
Sounds good to me.
Be done with it.
Yep. I'll make that motion then.
So moved, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed,
Thank you,
$100.
Commissioners, appreciate your time.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you. Way back page, there you go.
Yeah, you got one more that I can update it for you.
Oh, it's the date on there.
Hey Jeremy, is there a date for that sale yet?
Chad, best guess?
We'll work with the auditor's office and make sure it works in that timeframe. It will be coming out probably late March timeframe, but it'll be out, a public notice will go out.
So
It's printed in the newspapers as well.
later this spring, late March possibly for the tax sale. All right, up next we have the county pool BOT contract.
You have the contract in front of you somewhere.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
So this contract is, so we've already selected the BOT, steps prior to all this. This contract is to continue to execute. We've currently been doing deconstruction and investigation, as we've mentioned prior. This is just to start the actual execution so that we can do the next steps in the process, which is bonds and whatnot. The total on this contract is 3.9 million. Our project was estimated at 4.5. We anticipate the rest of that. There's still furnishings that have to be purchased and modifications that have to be made out there that is not part of this piece. But this piece is including completely renovating the pool, building a new pool, if you will. The slides, new fence all around, concrete, deck work, everything to make everything functional. Just the pretty stuff has to be purchased afterwards. The extra tables, chairs, stuff like that. We do have Bill Blotcher from Blue Escapes with us today.
That'd be great.
For those that don't know me, I'm Bill Blotcher with Blue Escapes Pools. Been in the pool construction for about 4 years, as far as the Blue Escapes, but I have a construction background. Been building custom homes and developing property and such, mostly in Shelby County. Just a little less of you, so. Yeah, welcome to answer any questions you might have as far as where we're at on the process. Gabe mentioned pretty much everything. I don't know that you mentioned the pump house, 20 by 50.
Yeah, that's all included. Yeah, that's included as well. Plus, as well as the UV sterilization system. I mean, everything to make that we've talked about is included in here, as you'll see if you guys have reviewed. But
On the side, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, we've been doing some preliminary stuff until the execution of the contract. A little bit of mobilization. I've got 3 excavators over there. I've got some other heavy equipment. The county's been doing a fabulous job helping us rid the concrete and of course the dirt and such. In essence, what we did was took the pool and moved it back 10 feet.
I was gonna ask,
So,
as
yeah.
far as size-wise and placement, size is the same, or is it a little bit bigger?
A little bigger.
And it's
This
moving
is
back.
Approximately 9,000 square feet versus 8,000.
Okay,
It has a beach entry.
right.
I think because of the beach entry, that the thought of the concessions that were going to be in front there of that building will now be on the side. So there's no conflict there.
Yes.
And then of course a splash pad. On the side.
yes, thank you. There's the inclusion of 30 by 30 minimum splash pad as well.
And whether that's a recirculation of water or it's some other systems that, they have as an option, something that we need to pan out, but that'll affect the cost.
So in standard BOT structure, this is set up as an allowance base, right? So,
Yes.
there's X amount, 450K allowed for the splash pad. And, that there's going to be variances of things that may move, of course, but it's set up as you can see in the standard allowance.
So if you can imagine, working through this without the contract signed is a little challenging from the standpoint that, we've got some high ticket items that we have to get on order and they have lead times.
Yep.
Yeah.
How does your time frame look if this is executed sitting here tonight?
Weather permitting, it looks good. Yeah.
For completion, what are you targeting?
Yeah, when you say looks good, what does that
Well,
mean?
this year, no. I mean, the goal is that May timeframe, May, June, early. But that is getting it executed and no hiccups and, we don't get, it's kind of nerving to hear the weather, all the snow removal and all that. Hopefully we don't have a lot more of that. This week we're supposed to have 50 degrees all week, so a little bit of rain on Fridays, so those weeks help a lot. So
And the typical pool would open Memorial Day if it was operational prior anyway, so it's around that June time.
I mean, I think the bot was decided 3 months ago.
Yeah, things
So
have
here
been,
we are still trying to get the contract, so yeah, any help would be greatly appreciated.
government's not always fast.
I know, yeah, I know. No, I get it. But you asked the questions,
Yep.
So yeah,
That's
the
fantastic.
sooner the better.
And that's the main reason for me, wanting to push forward this, is that we're not gonna get it done if we don't do something.
Move. Yep.
I mean,
Absolutely. And I will be the bad guy. If that happens,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Very good. I don't have any other questions after looking through the contract. Brian, do you have any?
I do not.
All right, I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve the contract.
I will second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries.
Amen.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Brian, you want to give us some information about the forklift for the new community
Yeah,
building?
we purchased a new to us, used forklift in 2025 at the end of the year. And we purchased that from Custer's. And it is ready to be delivered. It has been serviced, worked over, new seat, some updates to it. It's a propane and fuel combo, so which is nice. We'll use the propane as far as that goes. But it is ready to go. I talked to Alan Custer today, and he said whenever we would like him to deliver it, he's ready to deliver it. So it is, and he has received payment as well, so it's ready for us to use.
What was the final total?
I think it's 12.5 was the final total on
I
that.
got the tires, did we
Yes.
already have ones we need, the
We did.
non-marking? Okay.
Non-marking tires. Propane is what we were looking for. The mast goes up 188 inches is what we were looking for to get it up to that mezzanine height. And the weight capacity, I was gonna say 3,500 or 5,500, but it was enough what we needed for our capacity. So all the items that we were looking for checked off, and half the price of what we were looking for in other forklifts. And the great thing about buying it from them is any issues we have, they will pick it up, they'll service it and bring it back. So buying it local is also another big plus for us.
I didn't realize they do full maintenance.
They do full maintenance on them. Yes.
For those of you that hadn't been in on meetings before, hadn't heard what the purpose is of this forklift, it's to be able to put all of the tables and chairs and the stage in the new community building up on the mezzanine for storage purposes, so that if we have other events that are in there and they don't need all the tables and chairs, we're able, with the forklift, for one person to be able to get them up off the floor, up onto the mezzanine, out of the way for storage, so that you can have the entire open event space to be used for a different event.
And to further that, it's like 650 chairs, so it's a
Yeah.
lot to move. So it's not something that could justifiably be done by manual labor.
You don't want to be going up and down the stairs that many times for that many tables and chairs.
Correct.
Very good. All right, moving on down to topics. Wayne Spear, you want to talk about your request to vacate a public right-of-way?
Sure. Thank you for your time this evening. My wife and I just purchased property on the edge of Clarksburg. There is a dead-end road that comes through part of the parcel. I believe if you have the Beacon copy in front of you, I'm not sure the survey is up to date. The bigger lot is split, and then it kind of makes a C. We have on all three sides of it. And I do have a copy of that here if it would make it easier to see. The future plans
we kind of have in our head. Kind of put that within, by the book. It puts us in some measurement issues with road frontage. We're supposed to be 7 feet off the A2. That kind of hinders us a little with that. If we were to do it by the book, it's an R4 now, I believe. Technically, that wouldn't hinder it, but we're not building a multifamily unit home, just a home for her and I. So I feel like by the book, we should probably have it surveyed to A2 to have it proper. 811 came back clear, other than two lines. There's 2 wires coiled up in one, but there's only 2 going through there. Frontier was not concerned with who had the easement to get to it, as long as they could get to it. Other than that, there was nothing else down through there.
What were the 2 lines shown on 811?
Telephone or internet communication lines, I believe.
Telephone and fiber.
Yeah, that's what in the technical review committee notes, it says fiber and telephone.
I guess I didn't catch the fiber part. I thought it was just 2 old copper phone lines. That's the way I understood it.
Fiber under the ground for the internet. That's what it says here.
Probably for that set, for their Frontiers building out there.
Frontier
That's
engineers
a long
clearly
way.
stated there's no fiber on that side of the Parksburg.
Otherwise, I don't know.
I think the fiber just comes up to the building across from Fee's house.
Yeah, it's on toward the lake side of Parksburg.
But you don't have any intentions to put a structure over top that road?
No.
You're just,
The variance of it, or maybe variance is the right word. Clearance.
I will mention from the county side that is on our road inventory. So we get money from the state for that road.
We only want to close down to our property line.
so it looks like there's access off of 640, right?
Comes out 6 feet.
Yeah, but then it goes and then it looks like it just kind of goes away for a little while.
The access off 640 is not the county's per se. That was put in by Chuck Bowman.
Okay, I got you. I see what you're saying. And then, so do you have, right here, there's 3 properties highlighted. So did you purchase the David Myers property then too?
Yeah.
So you have those 3 parcels?
Yeah,
You're on both sides of this alley?
all 3 sides, yeah.
And did you,
Would you like to see the updated survey?
did you buy the 4.15 on the,
We ended up buying it all.
Okay.
We split the bigger lot and then combined, if you're looking at it to the right there, and it just kind of makes a C around it.
do you have an updated one?
Yes.
So what comes out onto 640 is not a public roadway, by the looks of this, is that right?
It's a public roadway all the way through.
That doesn't, to me, that's not reflected on Beacon, that's why I asked.
No, it's not. It stops at his property. The access is from the other way, 645. It ends at his property and somebody else put this driveway in.
Right.
That allows you to use the little, get to the other side of the dead end road to go.
And I think that's what this is showing.
Here, it is. In essence, we're looking at just that,
Correct.
which is 264 feet. This is not this. Just this.
This would be just like this would be like any of our driveways coming off of the main road onto their property then.
He's looking close to 264. Right.
So there. So we bought both of these properties.
And this one over here, and this
And-
one right here. And then if this is
Zone.
yeah, now,
Survey.
resurveyed now to where this is the only piece that we look at, surveyed again off.
Okay.
Something like that.
You're not planning to build on this, right, Wayne?
Correct.
That if we would vacate that,
Correct. It just, if
What's
it's done
your-
properly
what is
by
your-
the book to switch to A2, where we would like to put our house, that would infringe on the 70 feet from the road front. You have to have, we'd have to come from that road to go back.
So that's the advantage of vacating it.
Yes.
So you're, yeah, okay. I was
Now,
just trying to
full
wrap my
disclosure.
mind around why,
Full disclosure, it is an R4 right now. I think I have that right. That's right. And we would be within variance then, but we're not building a multifamily unit. So by the book, the
Single-family
A2, yeah.
okay. But the whole idea is to give you some setback.
And maybe from a make it pretty standpoint, you're kind of looking at a blacktop road instead of a road nobody uses.
Yeah. So Todd, you had mentioned that from a funding standpoint, the county receives funds based on a stretch of road.
Just that.
So we're only talking about a 264-foot stretch of road, and we then wouldn't be responsible for maintaining that anymore, correct?
Correct.
There is a culvert out on that as well that would not need to be fixed. Because in our house plans, we would like to do a few things with that to kind of, again, make it pretty.
And it looks like from the documentation here, all adjoining property owners have been notified of the meeting
Correct.
and of your intention.
Correct.
Any of those adjoining property owners here this evening that would like to make a comment, or anybody in the room tonight like to make a comment? So this was the first reading. Looks like from the legal notice that was previously given, the second reading for this petition will be February 2nd, 2026 at 6 p.m. Christie, do you want to give this an ordinance number on that date then?
Let's wait till that comes.
Okay.
Todd, is there any other, in your thought process, any other reason other than the vacating that and not getting the funding for that, why you would disagree with vacating that? Is there anything else that you're thinking about, that there's something we're missing here?
Oh, I think, anything I know, Tim's got a map, that we requested a map from NDOT to find out what is the counties and what is the cities. When we asked for that information, we found out the city had taken some of the roads and annexed them to their roadway.
Okay,
And we've been taking care of those. So if anything, I'm sure that this is gonna show up, but I don't know how much of it is basically road as a considered county that we get money for, and how much money we get.
it can't be that much, it's 240 feet, 64 feet. I mean, in my thought process, I don't know if I'm off on
We
that.
also
but-
have to pay to maintain it. So we
Yeah,
get
I mean, the offset of us not having to worry about maintaining it now.
Is that road actually open, or has it been blocked off?
No, there's barricades. To
So
prevent
as
people
it,
from
as
getting
it,
to the
as it
culvert.
is now, I mean, it's,
Originally it had cement barricades on it. We ended up, once we found out it was a road, we went out there and put Type 3s up there to close them because that culvert was completely washed out. That's what stands until
Wayne, how do you get access to your property? When you-
From
when you-
640.
From 640.
So your intention is, in essence, the driveway that somebody put in, you're going to continue to use. And then you just route what you need of that into your property.
Yes. But full disclosure, we have intentions of fixing up the culvert and more aesthetic things.
Didn't we just have a road closure request? Has this almost leads right into 645 or, yeah, we just had one recently that we vacated
just east of that property.
Yeah,
Very similar.
very similar.
Very
So
similar.
I'm in a, my preliminary thought process is to vacate it.
We got to hear it again.
Yep. Once we have our second reading, then we'll make an official decision on it, Wayne.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys' time.
You make any motions on this tonight?
Thank you.
All right. Up next, we have board appointments for SERPC. Brian, you have been on the Southeast Indiana Regional Planning Commission.
Yes,
Would you like to be reappointed?
sure.
I'll make the motion that we appoint Brian to the SERP seat.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed? Motion carries.
Good job, Brian.
Signature. Signature there. We'll just fill out his contact information later. All right. Up next, we do have an addition under topics. RT Insurance is here to present us with some information, it sounds like.
Yep. Yeah, good evening. It's good to be here. My name is Dawson Eastis. And here I've got Rob Williamson. We're from RT Insurance, independent insurance brokerage out of Crawfordsville, Indiana. Had the opportunity to meet with Christy and Patty, I believe back in mid-October or so, to discuss the property and casualty program for Decatur County. And we just really wanted to come here tonight and introduce ourselves, display our interest in helping the county do its due diligence on the property and casualty program, and just share a little bit about ourselves and answer any questions that you all may have. So to start, RT, we specialize in helping public entities with their property and casualty programs. So whether they be public school districts and municipalities, that's really our specialty as a brokerage. So I don't know if Rob, if you have anything else to add regarding that.
We also handle a lot of fire departments throughout the state and Illinois as well. I think over 200 that we handle as well. And cities that have fire departments and stuff, we have to incorporate that with the coverages and stuff. They're not normally out there to normal municipality insurers.
Yeah, I thought Christy, Patty, and I had a pretty productive conversation about putting some proactive programs in place to help the county with its insurance moving forward, and potentially helping the county obtain some quotes for this upcoming renewal that's coming up in May. So we really just wanted to gauge the county's interest on us obtaining those quotes for you all, and really next steps heading into that.
I think we would love to see any additional quotes, other information for comparative purposes. Insurance is a tremendous cost to the county, and if there are ways in which we could save money, then we would definitely be open to exploring different avenues.
It's kind of a free consulting for you guys as well. We'll go
Yeah.
through, put it to your coverages.
Absolutely.
And it's just free to you guys. You just allow us to go through and quote it and look at your policies. And there's 6, 7, 8 companies out there that are really looking at municipalities and cities and counties. And we've got relationships with all of those. So yeah, you guys just obtain some quotes to look at. Worst case scenario, you find out that you're in a great spot and you're you don't need to move and do anything, and price is good and coverages are good.
And you're an independent agent.
We are,
Correct.
yes, we are.
So I know from an insurance perspective, one of the more problematic areas that we'd encountered in the last 6 months was during the fair. Ensuring several of the different events that happened at the track proved to be difficult. So if you're going to be quoting, can you also take a look at those different events so that we can get an apples to apples comparison for what we had in 2025 so that we can look at that going forward, because more than likely from the sounds of it, with the fair committee, we'll be looking at the same events.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we've already gotten kind of a head start, sharing the information that's needed from our carrier partners with Christy, who's been gracious to share that. So got the ball rolling.
Hey, Mike, you might need to grab that door. Thank you, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, we got the ball rolling. We just wanted to get your all's full blessing to continue on with that process.
Absolutely. Yep.
I'm in agreement.
Yep. I'd love to see comparative information. That'd be great.
Any other questions?
I do not.
I don't think so. No.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
If you have any questions, feel free to call.
Will do.
All right. Anything else for you, gentlemen?
I do not.
Do my around the
I do
room.
not, Jeremy.
Okay. Do we want to start with communications? Leanne, Carla?
Nothing really big.
Okay. Ken, how about veterans?
Yep, I do have a couple things real quick. Coming with the new year comes grand opportunities for me. So thank you for the council and the commissioners that put me from part-time to full-time. And so now my new office hours will be Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. My Fridays, I'm trying to schedule it only by appointments only, just so that it gives me a chance to catch up on the things that happen Monday through Thursday. So, and then I already got a message or a calendar invite that I'll be meeting with you guys, I guess, in February with the IDVA to go over the SB 433, just to give us the where it is for the VSOs and my requirements and criteria that my office now has to meet for the state and for this county. We're doing really well. I don't really see anything big that they're going to bring out for us. Since I've taken over, we've automated the entire office. We have all those things in place, which is part of the requirements. So I think we'll be in really good shape for that briefing and things that's coming on. I'd also like to invite any of the commissioners, or if anybody would like to see what my office does. I get veterans come across and I work new compensation packets pretty much at least 2 or 3 every week. So if you ever would like to sit in one, just to see what happens and how we take care of the veterans in the county, I'd be more than happy to have you come over and sit in and just observe one of those scenarios that go through. And then the last thing I really want to just bring up is over the holidays is always a strenuous time for not only veterans. I believe we did lose a veteran over the holidays to a suicide. And I can share this, that even my family experienced that this holiday season, that I had a cousin who not only tried once, but twice over the holidays. And so there's a program that the American Legion puts on called Be the One. And so I am going to incorporate that program at some point with the other organizations within Decatur County and try to highlight just a stand down of what is Be the One and how can we continue to fight the suicide awareness that we need within our county. Being a veteran and a 36-year veteran, suicide awareness has always been the top thing in our veterans. It's the highest percentage of probably any group of people, and so I understand that one very well. And so I will have at least that one stand down, and we'll have a couple other things go on this year as we're getting ready to roll out a brand new year for our veterans, and appreciate everybody's help and support.
You're doing great, Ken. You're doing fantastic in that role.
Chris, anything from the Parks Department? Downtown, we're just really right now, preparing for 2026. Some, a lot more traffic gonna be at the complex. So just doing some upgrades out at the complex as well. Preventative maintenance on, parks and stuff like that as well. So, just preparing for the chaos that 2026 is gonna bring.
Okay, the house, we okayed the bid to have it tore down. What's the
Yep.
progress on that?
I know fire department was gonna use it, to do some training. Haven't heard from them yet.
Well, they have used it for some training, but, they're at the, if you're ready to demolish,
Yeah,
then move forward.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Make sure.
yeah, they're not
Not
in.
in there. Yep.
And then what we want to get back to for 2026 is, once we get that demolished, let's get a quote to see what it would take to pave that. And, because we're going to need parking.
Yep.
So that should be right on the heels of the demolishing.
Yep.
Is let's get some quotes from two or three vendors and get some paving quotes.
Yep.
Do we want to look at paving some areas there to the west as well?
I think
At the
we
same
should.
time, we
I
can
think
get
we should
them.
do a comprehensive,
We-
if we're going to have pavers out
Do it
there.
in parcels.
I
Or at
mean,
least bid it in parcels.
We can bid it in 2 sections.
Yes.
Ask them to bid it in 2 sections, so like an area there to the west of where we're at right now, and then also the area where the house is at. Give us separate bids on both of those, but then also if they would do a price that is less if they do it all at the same time.
Sure.
So that way we can compare so that we can get a lot more parking out there potentially.
Yep, no problem.
And exciting news for Chris is we knew we had some
He
discussions at a
lives
past
in
meeting,
Decatur
but
County.
he got his keys, this Christmas Eve, so
Yeah.
he's
Oh, you
now-
don't have to
now
drive
we're
out the
Decatur
county anymore.
I don't, no. No, got a nice little drive. Yeah, Christmas Eve, my wife and I got the keys and
Nice.
moved, that weekend. after Christmas,
Fantastic.
Saturday.
Good for you.
Glad to have you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm gonna let you go.
Exactly, yeah.
Anything else? Anyone else in the audience?
I got-
Yeah, Wayne, go ahead.
There was discussion on the front hearing unit when I was out there about future things. And by all means, if they ever want to come across 640, that has been clear for us to be able to maintain that.
Okay. Mike, did you have anything else before? Okay. Yes, sir.
I'm George Morgan from Clarksburg. I'd like to address the commissioners on follow-up of the October 6th.
Absolutely.
Myself and my friend Randy Miller over there were here October 6th to address the commissioners about the ongoing problem of the rat problem in Clarksburg.
Mhm.
And so far, nothing visibly has been done about it.
Okay.
The mess at the north end of the Clarksburg Park still has that entire mess there, if not more, than it had in October. And there
As
was
far
a
as with rat problem or vandalism?
rat problem.
Okay.
No,
I want to reason I asked, you said park, I want to make sure, because there was
Yeah.
also other issues, there was some vandalism stuff, which I believe is all taken care
Yes,
of.
that was brought up the last time too.
The playground
The
equipment.
Yep.
Weather being what it has been, I don't think there's been much problem with that.
Yeah, it's okay.
But
Gotcha.
nothing has been done. We had a all-town meeting held in the fire department's community room, and Doug was there, and Sean Durbin, and they laid out a plan as what they would plan to do. And I wasn't seeing much going on, so I finally went down there, and they couldn't get through on the phone, so I went to the Board of Health and talked with Sean. He told me, said, well, I ordered the poison and their traps and said they'll be in next week. And I hadn't seen much of anything. There are a few citizens there in Clarksburg whose property was already pretty clean, and they have improved on what they already had. But Richie Mott's owning that house right up against the park there hasn't lifted a finger. In fact, I think there's more trash there on the south end of his house than there was in October. And my friend Randy over here, they've had 4 rats altogether invade their home. This last week, another one, they started smelling something, And her husband Kevin and I are friends. He said, well, I think we got another rat. It must be dead because we can smell it. I said, well, is in the water of your sump up again? He said, no. I said, it must not be. So called me up an hour later and said, well, it got into our furnace and tore through the filter. And so the smell they're getting is probably the rat is probably in their ductwork. And so that's going to, have to just fade away.
So we did have an update from Sean on.
Are you looking at December 19th?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they were working, they met with Marion County Health Department. They have a rodent control division. And this is obviously something new for us. As far as the best of my knowledge, we've never had to address a situation like this. So being prepared wasn't, a thing I don't think we could have done at the time. So now what they're looking there is that rodent control division has a CO2 gas fogger that allows them to euthanize in the burrows. So the one thing that they did say is that until the property's been cleaned up, control will be limited. Sean is getting a roll-off dumpster, or is asking to get a roll-off dumpster to put out there for 30 days to try to entice folks to have a place to go with it. But there's also a concern for setting a precedent with that. We have a blight program. We have the ability to address those already in current ordinance. So
I think though also the difference here is we're also looking at a known health issue here. So I'm not so much worried about the precedent, but yes.
Well, I went to the Board of Health twice, once to talk to Sean in person, and then again, and I wanted to, and he was in a meeting, so the environmental specialist, Allie, came out there and talked with me. And she said about the Marion County personnel coming down here. And that was supposed to happen in a week from when I was talking to her.
When did you talk to him, George?
I'm trying to remember, Brian. I think it was about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, because we did get an email on 12/19.
Yeah.
That specified that the Marion County Health Department was going to work on this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know when that, that was in a similar time frame when you talked to him.
The very last part of this.
Within a week, probably.
The very last part of this email says that they've made PPE, snap traps, and physical barriers available to the residents experiencing issues. PPE is being distributed through the Clarksburg Post Office and Robbins Grocery. However, Sean, they plan on beginning aggressive eradication the first week of January.
So, that being this week.
That's what it says.
Yep.
So I will reply back and follow up with him to see what the progression of that is this week.
Well, I want to emphasize the part that it's on the park's property, that all that stuff is scattered all over that, used to be a 15-foot wide alley, but it's now part of the park. And that's where all the trash is, and probably where 90% of the rats are coming from. And there's been 9 rats altogether accounted for in Clarksburg, poisoned and died otherwise.
And I believe Clarksburg owns that ground, correct, for the parks, Chris? Yeah. So
it's not actually.
It's not county property.
Not Decatur
Really,
County.
it's part of the recreation department, I thought.
No,
Is it still maintained by Decatur County Parks and Rec, or is that?
So we maintain the playground equipment and everything, and vandalism and stuff,
And the mowing.
Okay, so it is ours to maintain.
We maintain, and I just want to make sure that we do clarify though, it's owned by Puget Civil Township.
Not by Decatur County.
Yeah, I just
Decatur
want to
County
make sure we said it.
Okay.
So I'm following up with him right now to make sure that those efforts are.
Double down.
You want to leave me with your phone number and I can?
Yes.
I'll give you a call once I get a response.
812.
Well, you don't have to. Everybody's gonna get it if you're up there. So yeah, just maybe you don't
if you have a problem with spam calls, but you're ready to.
Thanks.
Before you step down, Doug, I know there was some discussion when all of this got rolling of the area planning office with the blight project working in conjunction with Sean.
Right.
Do you have any update on your side of this with the APC?
Well, we've got everything from an ordinance standpoint and the letter standpoint. We've got all that in place. Plan was to piggyback with the Board of Health so that we didn't go in and start moving stuff and then we wanted to see what the getting rid of the rats first and then coming in, which you're not gonna get rid of them all at once, but Board of Health going in, start their process, and then we would come in behind it if it was necessary, which is, sounds like it's gonna be necessary.
Because if I remember right, correct me here, wasn't part of the concern of cleaning up everything first and then scattering the
Right.
population
Correct.
That was
to
the
other
talk.
areas?
Yeah, that was the initial talks, is if we went in and cleaned everything up, then they're gonna go somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted.
So the plan was to eradicate as much as possible, and then if the property owner wasn't willing to clean up, then we would go in and we would clean it up.
Okay. So George, hopefully you see some movement here in the next week so that we can start correcting this problem. It's obviously, it's a problem.
Well, at the community meeting there in the fire department community room, we were told that there's gonna be stainless steel traps put around where the main litter is. And as far as I know, that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be poison put out. As far as I know, that hasn't happened.
Well, Gabe, follow up with Sean and see what's going on.
Yeah, please.
Yep. So when we're done with the meeting, come over here, Gabe.
Yeah.
And get your cell phone number.
Yeah, okay.
I appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anything else? For the good of the order?
I have a question.
Yes,
Can I
ma'am.
add on to that?
Sure.
Hi, my name's Randy Miller. So the property that we're discussing that is next to the park, it's in a pretty bad way. There's several properties around Clarksburg that are like this. When we're talking about the alleyway next to the park, we say it's owned by Fugit Township and not the county. How do we get that cleaned up?
Well, we're, as Doug talked about, this blight
Okay.
program is part of that. And,
Okay.
and that goes towards those properties in these small communities that we were having issues with, Milford, Bernie, Adams, Clarksburg. And that is what the APC is working on. So although maybe it isn't a part of Decatur County's property, that still doesn't mean it needs to be cleaned up.
Okay.
So, we will work towards doing that. And
Yeah.
that will happen.
Yeah, it's just really sad. There's several properties around there that should really honestly be condemned. And it's sad to know the children live there too. So I was kind of wanting to see maybe when the action would start, but I'm glad to know that that's not part of the Parks Department's alley. So I've got a pretty good idea where most of the mess is coming from, and we'll just continue to wait. But I just wanted that
And
clarification.
I would convey too, from the information that Sean has given us from their preliminary work, there was not one area of isolated encounters
Yeah.
with the rats.
Yeah.
They are in numerous areas. So yes, there is an area of obvious concern. There are other areas as well that have been found to have a large rat population.
Gotcha. Yeah. Some people really are cleaning up, but there's others that just aren't trying to do anything. So I think that's why George and I wanted to be present more than anything, just to feel like we're helping and getting something moving.
Well, and we appreciate it because it keeps it on the front burner.
Right.
Yeah, keeps
And
it
also-
in front of us.
And I
Okay.
want to clarify, when I just mentioned that it wasn't owned by us, it was strictly just so, that it doesn't change the process or the outcome.
Okay.
It just, I simply want to make sure that you knew that that's not part of our, we still maintain it. The outcome for blight has nothing to do if we own the property or not.
Okay.
So, we maintain a control, with that ordinance, potential problem properties. So it doesn't matter if we own the property next to it or not. So the outcome is no different. It's just, I want to make sure that it was said.
The blight project isn't directed towards property that Decatur County owns. It's directed towards cleanup of any other property in Decatur County.
And residences too, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Going once, going twice. I'd entertain a motion to recess.
So moved.
We are recessed. Thank you, everyone.